Hello and welcome to Waste Breakfast. We all talk about everything governance, mental health, self-development, and of course, entertainment. My name is God's Peter Israel, and I'm joined by my amazing co-anchor, Joy.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I don't understand what's going on with this babe. You know I say you go Jamaica, come back. I'll be waiting there.
Yeah, what's a guama?
Hey, hello.
Yeah, because I watched Bob Marley on Afrilix last
Do
night.
you get?
I'm a what's a guama?
Oh my God. So speaking of Jamaica, right? What country, or do you have like a favorite country that you want to like travel to or go to?
Me, myself, and we all are explorative people, and we love to explore the world. I love to travel. Trust me, I don't really like flights. Nah, I don't fancy flights.
You don't fancy flights?
I don't fancy flights, to be honest. I just feel like I'll be in the airport just looking at the boring clouds, see how big white it looks like. I can't even touch it.
And don't you think
and in the next few minutes I'm
beautiful
done.
to see?
It's not beautiful anything. You're just looking at the board. If you want to just look at it, might as well stand on the land and just look up and see it. But then again, if you're traveling via the road, if you're using the road transport system, you get to see trees, you get to see houses.
What the trees where they see for Lekki and never reach it?
Well, it's not, there's no tree in Lekki. I mean, there's tree in Lekki.
Trees. Is that not trees? Is it not trees you said? I mean, is it trees that you said?
I said trees.
All the flower and all the other thing where it is.
Flower is not tree now.
It's flower, it's not
Yes,
tree.
it's flower.
Go to your village, you see tree.
And that's the point. So you need to go to the village, you need to see all, you can see
this
water,
babe this
and
morning.
you'll be like, oh my God, that is Atlantic Ocean. Oh, that's
hello.
Third Mainland Bridge. Oh, wow. You get to see a lot of fancy things. And you cannot say, Gala, Alpha, give me two. But in the air, you're going to be there. You're going to see
something
anything.
is wrong with you.
I feel
On
like
a more
this is
serious
really
note,
wrong.
I think you're the first person that's actually saying you don't enjoy flights. Because I'm
It's
like,
not that I don't enjoy it. It's just for speedometer. I'm sorry for that word, but for just speed's sake.
speedometer.
Exactly. For just speed's sake, right? Flights is quite good, especially when you have an emergency to catch up. But then again, Nigerian airports and airlines will humble you with their change in flight time and cancellation and all the rest. But aside that, if I'm really not in a hurry, I like to use a day. Let me just use that one day, and I travel, and I just sit in the comfort of a bus. The AC is just drilling on me. I could just look through the window and through the glass, and I'm seeing things and seeing people I can relate with, not clouds that I can never live in. Yeah, so I get to know that, okay, if we're from this kilometer to that kilometer, oh, this is Edo State. Oh, this is, yeah. What it is.
The truth is, I just cannot relate, to be fair. I love road transport, yeah, but it can be very exhausting. Now, all the traffic that we've dealt with in Lagos, trust me when I say I will never try it. Even when I want to like leave from Lagos here to my village, like to my state, sometimes I'll just prefer like a flight. It's just like a better deal.
So maybe
because road transport, there's a whole lot of story. It's just chaotic.
My dear, see,
Probably it might be sweeter
people
outside the country, but there's a whole lot of embroidery. If you're see,
See,
let me give you.
Have
you gone to church? Have you gone to a church where we are giving testimonies? Probably. Let me even give you just. I think during December time, everybody traveled. So like January, like this January, right? Where I went to church and they're having like a series of testimonies. People are coming out. They, oh, thank God, oh, I traveled to my village and I came back. Like, well, nothing happened to me and all of these things. You'll be hearing chaotic stories like, as you can't reach the bus, now so the bus stop. As you can't reach this place, now so we can't find fuel. I'm like, this is draining. Holy Ghost.
That's one thing I've been actually grateful to God about. For every time I had applied the road to travel from Lagos to Port Harcourt, to Port Harcourt to Lagos, Lagos to Benin, or any state I'm going to exactly, I don't get to face all of this. And I'm really grateful to God for that. Because I hear those stories, and most times I'm just kind of like, nah, I don't want to go. But hey, you gotta go.
I'm not gonna go.
You gotta go. And then for somebody like me, I've traveled to Port Harcourt. I mean, when I was still in school, my mom will be so scared, and she's like, no, you have to use flight. If you're not using flight, then don't come back home.
Period.
Neither. Okay, fine, no problem. And then I have to book a flight, and I'm flying down to Lagos, to Port Harcourt. I'm looking at the time. Jesus, 1 hour, 30 minutes, I'm in PH. Everybody will now see me that I'm back. Oh, God, I want to do this.
I beg
I just apply the road transport and just get in there in the night when we were in their houses. I just sneak into the house and lie down. Because you know now, our celebrity. Hey, Joy is back. Hey. Oh, hey. Yeah,
oh my God. I like the fact that we're still in this food, right? So we're going straight into like the business part of today because I mean, I feel like it's not enough to, before now, what I wanted us to even talk about was music, to be fair, because I love song a lot. You know that particular song where they say, music no need permission to enter your spirit, like you feel it, like oh my God, like, seriously, like music is life. I don't know what else I can actually transcribe to what life is about, to be fair, because I mean, life is, you know, it has its ups and downs, and there are times where you want to like just sit down and you want to meditate. If I give you just what happened to me this morning.
And your own is even this morning. So funny enough, I like the fact where you came from. Music doesn't need permission to enter your soul. So yesterday I got a very emergency call. And I had to just quickly dash out of the office. So all through the night I was treating an emergency. So it really got to my head. At some point I was thinking, can I even do this morning? I said, God, I don't know how you're going to do it, but hey, I'm just leaving everything to your hands and control. And then this morning when I came into the office, I was just going to the makeup studio and I just started playing music. I said, okay, you know what? It's true. Dunsin released a song yesterday. Let me just listen to it just for listening's sake. And that was, I just kept playing and playing. And before you know, I came here and you're doing me. What a guama.
Oh my God. Yeah, so speaking to music, right? Today's topic is the business of beats in a digital age. So I mean, just like I said, it's not enough to just listen to music. Let's look at how those musicians make money. You know, nowadays everybody wants to be an artist, everybody wants to sing, everybody wants to rap and all of this. Everybody wants to be a Charlie Poppy. It's okay. But today we want to just look at the, you know, the money part. How we make money from music. So yes, right onto it. I mean, before we even go into that, before I say right onto it, before we go into that interesting subject, let's take a moment to catch up on the latest headlines around the globe. Please stay with us. You're still watching Waste Breakfast. I'll be taking on a captivating journey across Africa with the Punch, Nigeria's prime newspaper. The major headlines read Lagos-Calabar Highway. Federal government plans compensation in 9 states. Put cost at 15 trillion naira. Tinubu orders payment of compensation for property owners in Lagos. Akwa Ibom 7 others. Federal government eviction notice for property owners. The Nigerian Society of Engineers says projects will improve state economies. Bottom of the newspaper, we have government short Dontimo market. Sanwo-Olu hint at building demolition. Make Yoruba teaching language in Southwest schools, says Afine Ferry. Junior Pope, the Actors Guide of Nigeria, suspends Riverside movie shootings. Police launch probe. National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control bans turkey-made soap. Tracks fake Indian injection powder. Above the masthead of the newspaper, we have Nigeria's oil production drops again. Now 1.23, says Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, that's OPEC. Then we have law to terminate many cases at appeal court, that's the A court. Coming, says Attorney General of Federation. Wigwe, we have Ogunbanjo's families use United States affirm for helicopter crashes. Then last to that's at the right side of the masthead, Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union berate Minister of a half-pay promise. And that's all on the headline for the Punch newspaper. So the headline that piqued my interest is the major headline as usual. That read Lagos-Calabar Highway. Federal government plans compensation in 9 states. Put cost at 15 trillion naira. So I guess the federal government on Thursday, that's yesterday, confirmed that it would pay compensation to all property owners along the Lagos-Calabar Highway. Yes, the highway will be passing across 9 states. So the Minister of Works, whose name goes David Umahi, stated yesterday that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the payment of compensation to all affected property owners. He also listed the necessary requirements and conditions affected residents must meet to qualify for the compensation. So according to him, if the only way you'll be compensated for your loss is if you have the the CFO, which is the certificate of occupancy. That's if you have the right document that you own those properties. So that's the only way that you'll be compensated for your loss. So, I mean, that's all on the headline for the Punch newspaper. If I were to say something, okay, yes, I want to say something. What I would say is, you know, there's a time where we were talking about the fact that I feel like the Nigeria or the lawmakers, that's the legislators, right, should make a law regarding this whole demolition process. So if you have to demolish someone's building, it should give the person the compensation to, like, the right proportion. So if I've spent 2 million naira for my building, I believe that I should be getting like a 2 million naira or even something topping. Because the truth is, imagine a house built 2012 for 2 million naira. For 2 million naira. Now, it will be like, it will be triple that amount, you get. So I mean, it's just important that our government should look at these people, feel pity for them, because I mean, it's not enough to even say, okay, I'm going to compensate them, and so on and so forth, and you don't even give them the right amount that they can use to start. The amount you will get spent now is quite different from the amount it was 2012. So imagine I have a building, there's a building I built probably in Ikorodu, for example, in 2012, and probably I just used like 10 million naira to build that. Like probably like a duplex and all of these things. Trust me when I say now, the amount to build that same duplex is triple the amount. So if I tell you now as the government that, oh, in 2012 I built this place 10 million naira, I want to believe that the government is looking at this and probably tripling it or doubling it, you know, double the amount and give to me as compensation. Because I don't see why you're giving me 2 million naira to build a house in 2024. What's I won't buy with them? Do you get? No, so it's just, that's literally like my take on it. Do you have anything to say?
Going through your story this morning, a particular story that has finally gotten into me. It got into me ever since, but I've just been waiting for confirmation to fully fact check and confirm it. Is the death of Junior Pope, and it's very sad that a death that could be avoided has actually come to play.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to deal with this, but to his dearly beloved wife, Ma, I sincerely send my condolences to you. Please accept my condolence. May God grant you the grace to bear this fortitude, because it's really a huge, when you hear huge loss, this is a definition of huge loss. And then not just Junior Pope alone. I also think I heard that three other persons, one makeup artist, a sound engineer, and a light engineer also lost their life to this casualty. And really, I hope this is this serves as a deterrent and as an example to every other, not just the movie industry, but to every other space in Nigeria, to say, when you want to do something, whatever project it is you want to embark on, please always put plans for emergencies, always create safety options, always create emergency options, because you cannot avoid it. And when it happens, you want to tackle it the best way you can to save the situation. So, hey, in Nigeria, we are mourning the loss of Junior Pope, so I felt like it was a Black Tuesday. Maybe we should just say it's a Black Week for us. Yeah, but
right.
Not funny enough, though.
No,
it's
true,
not funny,
true.
honestly. It's not funny, but hey, may God bear us the grace to. My very self has even gone because of Junior Pope. God, it's so sad. But anyways, I'll be moving away from the African continent, and I'll be going to the international spectrum. And this morning, I want to review the Guardian newspaper from the United Kingdom. And the major story reads, Labour warned over loss of urban seat in election. And right beside that, I have Donnell. Okay.
Don't worry, I can understand.
I'm sorry, dear Mr. for name wrong pronunciation. Anyway, he has a libel case, cost total of £34,000. And the picture story reads, O.J. Simpson, whose murder trial gripped the world, dies at 76. And here we go again. Another death that has shook the entire world. And I want to just quickly touch on the picture story, because it's a breaking news, and it's made the headlines of almost all newspaper. The former NFL star and actor was controversially acquitted of a double murder in 1995. Now, during the sensational trial, he put on a pair of bloodstained gloves, saying they didn't fit, and that was how he was able to make it through the murder trial that he was given. Actually, he was taken out for murdering his ex-wife and his ex-wife friend. So the story reads that O.J. Simpson, the former American footballer star, actor, and notorious suspected double murderer, has died of cancer at 76. Now, his family made a statement yesterday on X. Now, his 1995 trial was controversial for the death of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. And this provided one of the world's most watched popular culture events of the last century. So why I picked up this story is, hey, I mean, someone is dead, and it would be nice to really say rest in peace. But in as much as, yes, this guy was acquitted of this murder trial, at the end of the day, was there a death to him? Yes. So I want to use this as a medium to speak to everyone out there. For any reason, you have an argument, you have a situation with somebody, and you just want to raise your head and you think murder is the best option at the moment, have it and bear it in mind that you also would one day leave the surface of the earth, because one thing is sure, you'll never stay here for the rest of your life. You would one day kiss Mother Earth and you'll be there down 6 feet below. So in as much as we're trying to live and we're trying to swallow and accommodate the excesses of everyone, I would really, really employ that murder is really not an option we should think about, because it will one day come back to you. And well, rest in peace, Mr. O.J. Simpson. Lord find you a resting place. I don't know what to say after that, but I am not happy because I'm mourning Junior Pope, and then O.J. Simpson had to also leave the surface of the earth yesterday due to cancer. It's to me, it's a Black Friday. I feel like it's a Black Friday to me, but it is well.
So yes, I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to add anything to that. Because, I mean, there are just a whole lot happening in the global space, just like I usually say, right? What I would just say is the government of this, I think there should be more like a, how do I put that? Because this is now a particular word I say every time. So there should be like more like a repetitive something at the background. So yes, I mean, a whole lot is going on with the whole Junior Pope thing. You know, I was watching Arise TV today, and Rufai Oseni was saying a whole lot. So it's not even enough it's not enough to say that the spaces or the sectors should start involving the whole safety thing, health thing. I feel like it has to be like a global thing. Let's be factual.
I mean, coming from the place where AGN had to suspend the movie. In fact, I saw the brief.
I read that.
I saw the brief. Now they suspended the movie from coming out. Now they've instructed all actors not to act with the producer again, and also they have suspended shooting at the riverbank. And my simple question now to you is, okay, so if you have a story that you want to release out and it has to do with water, so where are you going to get the water for? Are you not going to still go to the river to shoot that movie?
That brings me to sometimes we leave the like what we are supposed to attack and we are chasing
else.
Exactly.
So suppose suspension. Can we talk about safety precautions?
All this
because there was no safety precautions applied, and that was clear.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because you suspending the producer and all of these things, it really doesn't really add anything.
And it's not just suspension.
You know?
It was indefinite suspension.
It doesn't add anything.
Come on.
What I would say is for the government to look into this, because I mean, Rufai said a whole lot of things which I want to like say in quote, right? Now he talked about the fact that in Nigeria here now, not everybody is educated about like the safety things, like safety measures that we are supposed to know. How many people even know how to handle a fire extinguisher? How many people know that if you have to quench fire, you have to start from the base? How many, there's a whole lot. How many people know what first aid is? So it's just like yesterday when we were talking about the whole constitution thing, that was like, you see, I think that should be like taken like family to family. It's like family like the basic unit, right, to reach out to the society. So I feel like this too needs to be incorporated. This is something that is very important. And the truth is, I don't know, most of these important things are not just talked about until something happens. We just talk about the less important things, And like I don't get
But then
it.
again, you want to ask yourself were there legalities that were applied to this thing? Because hey, if Junior Pope at some point in his life signed a document to say that okay, he's ready to go with anything that comes with acting or shooting that film, then you cannot hold the producer at tax.
That
because
is why
he
I
knew
said,
what he was
that
going
is
for.
why I said the truth is for every field that you are in, you know what you're going for.
He knows what
it's
was
just
going
like
for.
Someone, it's just like a son going for like you want to be a soldier and all of these things. Of course, you should know what's going to happen at the end of the day. If you are probably taken to a probably the forest where you have to go and fight with like terrorists and all of these things, if anything happens to you, you can't hold Nigeria government for it.
This is why I say we need to learn so much to understand legality in Nigeria, because if I just want to put it that if that producer had done that, there's really no place they can bank on to hold her for it, because this is a
the truth is
job.
of all this thing that happened, the truth is I really don't even see why she's like hold 100% responsible
but hey,
for it.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't know, but let's watch it.
So yes, I mean there's a whole lot going on. But before we because literally we'll be going on a short break, right? So before we go for that short break, it's important to inform you that I have a wonderful guest. He'll be phoning in, actually. His name is no other person than X Blaze. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. We'll be discussing on an interesting topic, which is the business of bit in the digital age. Remember, you can join this conversation by either sending us an SMS or a WhatsApp message, or even calling. The numbers are displayed on the screen. So joining us now is X Blaze, a music producer and the CEO of Rock 83 Productions. He delved into the music production out of curiosity, as he did develop such a great ear for notes and sounds in 2004. Yes. So, I mean, he'll be calling in. So, should we get X, please? All right. Hello, X, please.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm okay. You have such a nice voice.
Thank you. You too as well.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I mean, I hear you're a music producer, right? How is that going for you? I mean, with the whole Amapiano recent beats and all of that, how you survive and how you making money from it?
Oh, well, glad we have what they call monetizing these days. So to make money off your stuff isn't really a difficult thing, you know.
Okay. You there?
Okay, I can hear you. Yeah. The network was breaking back. I can hear you clearly now.
Oh, okay. So we are listening. You're talking about the whole monetizing thing. Like, how is it like? What app or what platform do you guys use to like monetize? You know, to make money and all of these things. Because I feel like okay, I'm listening.
There are a lot of platforms basically that you can use.
Okay.
We have the streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and so on. We also have Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. There are there are a lot of ways, just a lot. Like there are a lot that I don't even know about myself. You know.
Okay. So let's start from being a music producer. Just
Okay.
give us a bit of that your experience. How was it like? How was the like what was the ginger? I mean in your bio you said you started like from 2004 and I mean till now it's about 20 years. So like how's that journey like? How did you
Oh,
become the ex-blade that you are now?
oh, okay. I come from a family of music where we love music a lot.
Okay.
So it's something that has always been in the blood, right from birth, I guess. So I'm a music lover as well too. So growing up and all. So I think one day I just, I was just thinking myself like, okay, I want to know how they do this, like how they make these sounds come to life and all. So my brother back then was working with a music company. I can't really remember the name. So he came home that day and he was like, okay, he brought some software for me that they used to create music and all that I can check it out. I fell in love. I was self-taught. Like I just tried it myself. I started making music, and everybody was surprised. Like, wow, like how did you know this? I said, I've just been trying and error, just to get things right. So from there, everything just started like that.
Okay,
Like
very
I was updating
interesting.
myself daily, getting better with it. Yeah,
All right, thank you so
that's
much,
the
X,
history.
please. Sorry. I just have to come in there because I love the fact
Okay.
that music beats to you is more of a passion. So right now, I
Yes,
really
it is.
want to understand how has the business of making of doing beats, how has it been for you? What's the journey of your business, and are there any marketing tactics that you've been able to deploy so far that has helped your business?
Yes, over time. At the beginning, it was very difficult, because of the system that we run here. The music system in Nigeria, is not really friendly like that. So in the beginning, it was extremely difficult, trying to get people's attention and all. The only way you could do it back then was maybe you could, maybe you meet an artist one on one and you be like, okay, you want us to work together and this kind of stuff, But lately, everything has changed. You don't even need to even do stuff with people. Like you can just create your own thing. Because I later even found out that there are a lot of people out there, sources for beats, like to listen to beats, like really listen to normal music, with vocals on it. So everything right now is a lot easier to access. Shout out to social media too as well, to giving us the platform to push out our materials easily, to get to more people and to more audience.
Okay, so I like the fact where you talked about that at some points you were not getting to see artists who were going to also key into what you do. But again, I think it's safe to say that there is no beat if there is no artist, and there is no artist if there is no beat. So my question to you now is, how do you deal with artist collaboration and partnership to expand your business?
So, like for every business, collaboration is important, to expand the fan base. So basically, I would say collaboration is still important as well too, because you need the fan base of artist A or B, to add your own fan base. So that's really really important.
Okay, okay. So I hear you when you were earlier, right? When you spoke about the fact that the method of music, like when you want to monetize or when you want to sell your bit, it's quite different. Like previously and now, it's quite different due to technology and all of these things, right? Now, give us how are you now able to adapt to this like digital age strategy or mode of like monetizing and distributing to other people.
At first, it wasn't easy though because I didn't really understand how it worked. I was introduced to the whole streaming, monetizing thing that was 2014, but I didn't really take it serious back then. Because of the way, like I said, the way our system worked back then, we didn't really need stuff like that. It was all about just putting your songs on blogs, you know, the normal way that we did things back then. So with time, as time goes on, I think 2016, I was like, okay, let me try this stuff, you know, let me really understand this monetizing thing. So I took it serious myself. I was just doing everything myself, basically. Like, I didn't even go through someone, you know, to like put me through. Just trying to, okay, I'm like, okay, I did a mistake. Okay, this doesn't work. This works. That works. That works. And from there, you know, when there's an error, you look for it to correct it. So I was just doing it like that, till I got it right, you know, to the way it is, you know, today.
Beautiful. So I was watching you on Instagram, and trust me when I say you sweep me out my feet or off my feet, because I mean no, seriously, it was beautiful. Like, I literally had to like the page. I gosh,
Thank you.
I was listening to your bit, and I see you go from one to another. Now I want to ask, right? What's your strategy in selling? Now I look at your video, and I see that you're like on a max on, and you like put on your
Yeah.
like a sweater and all of these things. So is it like your own brand, or is that like the way you want to keep your brand? Like, just give us that how you came up with that whole idea, because I mean, many music producers that I've seen, they would always want their face to be seen, because I mean, you know, when you're giving the beats and everybody's shaking their head and you're like, look at me, I'm the owner of the beat, you know? Yeah. So I was looking at your stuff, and I mean, you're with a max on, and I'm like, okay, is this a new strategy? Is this a new style? Just put your sauce on it.
Okay, actually, it's a style that I decided to go with because I noticed that everybody was doing the same thing, you know, okay, the same way of putting on their content and all. And on my mind, I was like, okay, you have to do something unique, you know, okay, everybody's doing the same thing. Why don't I try something else, you know, like a superhero, you know, when you see like a Superman or a Batman, you okay, look, that's Superman, look, that's Batman, you know, that kind of stuff. So I said, okay, let me come up with like a superhero kind of stuff, you know, in my own way, you know, to attract people. So I said, okay, let me come up with my own look and set up different and all. So once I post, I used to post, there's no how that you won't stop. I said, okay, let me check this dude out, you know, because it's just different from the usual stuff that you see.
Yeah.
And it's really important for you to do that because that's the way you can stand out. Everybody does, okay, right now producers will make beats and all, yes, fine. So what is that thing that you do that makes you stand out? Like, okay, people come to your page and they have to like stand still and be like, okay, I want to know who this dude is. I want to check him out. You know, I want to see what he has to offer. So it's really, really important.
Yeah, I feel you too. I agree, because I mean, the music space is quite tight. We have a whole lot of music producers. We have a whole lot of
Yes, it is extremely
I
tight.
mean, yeah. So it's very competitive. We know we would. I feel like we'd have a whole lot of discussion, to be sincere. But let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more. Please stay with us.
Okay.
You're still watching Waste Breakfast. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the business of bits in the digital age. So, X-Blade, you there?
Yes, I'm here with you.
All right. So speaking, I mean, as a music producer, yeah, how do you like get licensed to your beats so that other people don't use them? Because I mean, there's a whole lot of, oh, this person is using my beats. I think, was it Two Face or which person? I think Blackface or so, that is always complaining that they're using his beats, they're using his sound. Once another person comes up with music, it's like, no, that's my sound, that's my sound. You are supposed to come and pay me and stuff like that. So how do you like, I mean, have license to yours so that nobody use it?
Okay, so the first thing is this: always tag your beat with your signature.
Okay.
That's one. Then two is always have your data of the beat, like the original data, the original file. So because I know someone that had an issue, this kind of issue too, and they asked him for the original files of the beat. So if you could, let's say for example now, if you had no chance to produce that original file, there's no way you can claim that he's the original producer of the beat.
Mm.
So the way is very important to always have the data, like extremely important. That's the number one, basically, even before the tag.
So seeing that you have to do with copyright issues and you're trying to protect your beat, so what do you see is the hardest part of making a beat?
Well, like you said, I think the copyright is actually the hardest part because anybody can just come and claim that okay they made your beat. Something has happened to me before too as well. So there was a time I got a copyright strike and they said someone was claiming they made a beat I did, and I was like, how? How is that possible? So I had to reach out to the company that I was working with, and I told them, okay, like this is my stuff, and that was the same thing. They said, okay, you have to provide this, this data, to prove that okay, this is your stuff, this is your beat. So I had to do all that, to make them okay, 100% sure that okay, I'm doing up the beat.
Okay.
So this means that your beat has been stolen before, right?
No, the problem about the whole music thing these days, anybody can just go online and just claim because there's what they call copyright claims. So anybody can just go and just claim and just say, okay, this is my beat.
Mm.
It's just the way it is these days, and it's terrible too as well too. And the companies they don't even sometimes they don't even investigate. They just hit you up and say, okay, someone claimed that this is your beat or this is their beat, sorry, and you have to prove that it's not theirs. So if you can't prove it, then there's a problem.
Okay, sorry. One last question, Gosbiti. I just want to drop this quick because it just popped into my head right you were speaking.
Okay.
You mentioned that
Okay.
somebody can just go out there and make a copyright claim to a beat that is not even the person's own. So that's to point out that there are a lot of people who are already flooding the music and artist industry and also becoming, you can just count 10 people right now once you walk by the street and they'll tell you they're music producers even when they don't do the work. So with the industry trying to look at it's getting choked, how do you try to stick your head out there, create a niche for yourself and say, I'm still the best at what I do, so that we can also try to lay blueprints and platforms where upcoming producers can see how to also navigate the system?
Well, what I would just say is just be yourself and keep creating the kind of music that you do. There's space for everyone at the end of the day. That's just the truth. There's always your door is always open for you as a producer. That's just the truth about it. At the end of this, it's all about how you channel your energy, you know, on the work to put it out there. That is just the main thing.
I agree. I agree with you, like 100%. Now, what's your thoughts on emerging trends like Afrobeat fusion, Amapiano, and even the influence of local sounds, right, in shaping the future of music production in Nigeria? Now, how do you incorporate these trends into your work as a music
You have
producer?
to because Apple Fusion, Amapiano is here to stay. They ain't
So
going
it's here to
anywhere.
stay.
Okay,
Okay.
Yes, so you're here to stay. Oh. Actually, I just dropped a new song last week, and I'm a piano song last week. And it's doing extremely well, like very, very well. So you're here to stay. You ain't going anywhere.
Sorry, did you say you dropped a new song?
Yes.
So that means you
through that
sing.
process, please.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Like, that means you sing. For you to drop a new song, that means you also sing, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh, of course, we'd like to hear
Hallelujah.
this. We are ready.
No,
it's a Friday.
Before he sing, let him give us that process. Give us the process. Like, I mean, you bring in an amapiano too. Do you know what it is for? You just to have like an amapiano built for us. Come on now. Come on. Put us through that process.
But the song is more of an instrumental, though.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But the vocals, yes, just a little bit of vocals on the song. Not too much of singing on it, but you like it. Definitely, you like it.
Definitely, I'll go and check that out.
Yeah, but we'd like to listen to you.
So yeah,
now.
give us a freestyle.
A freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
At least we're not seeing your face here. We hope that one day you come to the studio live
I
so we
can't
can
wait to see
put a
you.
face to the name. But for now, let's just hear your audio voice, audio mark.
Audio Mac.
Come
I don't have any songs. I don't have songs on Audio Mac.
No. Okay, that was just me being what is it again?
She was just being sarcastic.
So I want to hear your audio voice. Yeah, I just want to hear
that's
you
what she said,
sing.
Audio Mac. Yeah.
Special request. I want to hear you sing. Yeah. X plays, I'm waiting. Yeah.
Like, it feels like we put you on the spot. Did we?
Yes, you did.
Oh my God! Okay,
That's the fun of the show.
Okay, why you're preparing for that, right? I feel like you should be like you're preparing for it mentally. How did you get the name X Blade? Like, what's your real name and why X Blade?
Okay, actually, I got X Blade. Okay, let me try because a lot of people now I got the name X Blade. So if you are listening to the show now, you have the chance to know. So there's this game in this video because I love video games a lot.
Oh,
so there's this character called So there's this character called Mega Man X, basically. And I'm a serious fan of Mega Man. So I took out the Mega Man and I left the X. Then this guy from Marvel, Ghost Rider, his name is Johnny Blaze, which I'm a fan of as well too. So I took off the Johnny and I left the Blaze.
Damn.
So the X from Mega Man, then the Blaze, and I joined together to call it X Blade.
X Blade, come on,
That's
shake
how
it,
I
devil. Wow, very beautiful, very, very, very beautiful. Seriously, like all these things is just, all these things is just right now. It busts my head. Seriously, it's how you. No, seriously, it does, right? So you spoke about this person you just spoke now. Just brings me to a question, right? Who do you look up to as a music producer? Who do you see that is ahead, and you just be like, na my Gabi that to my senior man?
Pete Rock.
Okay.
It's the reason I started producing actually. There was this album he dropped called Toast Survival. I heard that album, my life just changed. I was like, okay, I think I have to be a producer. Like, I need to know how to create this stuff. Like, I need to just know how to make this thing. You know, the album is insane. So I said, no. I need to really know how they do this. I have to. It's a must.
Wow. So apart from him, any other person? Or let's look. Okay, let's look at the Nigeria now. This small family, right? Which music producer can you look at and be like, okay, this person too is also like a source of inspiration?
In Nigeria, I don't know.
What do you think of Young John?
So you said what?
What do you think of Young John?
No, Young John is fire now. Young John.
Right.
Wicked producer.
This is the wicked producer. You know, I'm even wondering why he's like literally like why he calls himself the wicked producer. So that takes me to what you call yourself. Explain.
So I didn't get that to you.
So just like the way Young John calls himself, the wicked producer, right? What do you call yourself? Like
Yeah.
apart from X-Blaze, do you like any other motivator, like motivational factor that you just probably like add to your
Oh,
name?
I call myself
Yeah.
the beat master.
Hey, okay, shaking
Yeah,
tables.
so yeah, so
Okay, that's beautiful actually. So I was going through your Instagram, right, and there's something that I saw that actually caught my attention, that I actually wish that you were here personally, to be fair. So you said something around, if you're not making beats, you're taking short. And I was waiting for you to come here because I wanted to tell you, since you're here, you take my short. Literally. But
oh,
since you're not here, since you're not here, right, let me quickly ask you, right, what's the journey of like photography? So apart from bit, I mean, you said you take short, right? Just put us on it. Put us on it.
so can I say that again? Network is breaking.
Okay, sorry. So, you know, I was talking about your photography, like you being a photographer and all of that, apart from you being a music
Okay.
producer. Give us that journey. How was it like?
Okay, okay, how I came about the photography
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh. Actually, that's always been my thing too, from day one. So, I've always loved anything photography and art as well. Too. So I said, okay. Actually, what made me even go into this stuff was I said, okay, instead of me going out there, to get like a photographer for my own personal stuff, I said, okay, how did I do it myself? Because I'm still a person that most times if I don't do the thing myself, I also okay with it. I said, okay, let me just do it since I love it. Okay, let me fix my side quest now. I know my number one quest is my major quest is being a music producer. I said, okay, let me go through the side quest, which is the photography part, and I just started like that. I think I started like 2 years ago or so, like officially. Yes.
That's very beautiful. So let's go back to where we put you on the spot. would you give us a freestyle now?
So finally, you get to hear my voice again. Me, I'll be waiting for Godspeed and you to finish conversation.
What's that?
Finish it now. I'll be waiting for you and Godspeed to talk because me, I'm after hearing your voice. I just want to hear you sing. So now I'm back to speaking to you. Please freestyle for me. Thank you.
One to the two. X-Blaze coming through with the crew. You want to battle me, I promise you don't pay my dues, because I'm sticking like glue. You know me, I go by the name X-Blaze. Freestyling on live. Yeah, because I'm alive. Happy vibes. You can feel the vibes.
X-Blaze, the superhero.
This was, like literally
the superhero.
This is
you
beautiful.
get
This is beautiful. Seriously.
X-Blaze, the superhero.
Exactly. That was
Master
amazing.
there.
Thank you so much.
Thank
that
you
was
so
really,
much.
really
X-Blaze.
amazing.
Thank you so much. So, like finals, right?
Yeah,
What would be your advice to upcoming like uprising music producers? Just in one word, what would you tell them? What motivation or advice would you give them?
Doing you, just do you. Keep working hard. The truth is, the industry is not easy. You ain't gonna get anything easy. You have to work for it, like extremely hard, and it's gonna pay off at the end of the day. Trust me.
I agree. I agree to you. Thank you so much, X-Blaze, for this.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, your voice is. I don't know.
It's superheroic.
I don't know.
Any word like that.
I don't know.
Your voice sounds like a superhero.
When I come to the studio, I'll take your picture.
Okay.
Of course,
Okay.
yes.
I can't wait.
I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Blaze, for coming on the show today. Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, guys, we'll be going on a short break. And when we come back, we'll be diving straight to the book review. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Waste Breakfast. So yes, it's the book review segment. I don't know, there's this thing they do on TVC. I don't know if you've watched it, The Big Issue. For every time, do you watch it? Like there's anytime that they come up from break, you just hear, it's the big issue. So anytime that anytime we come back, do you get?
Yeah.
So anytime that we just enter this book review, the first thing that comes to my head is the book review segment.
We start that.
We need to start it right.
We need to work on that with the producer and we'll come back to
Oh
you.
my God. So yes, I mean, if you've been with us for like more than a week now, you know that we're actually taking on the Atomic Habit, authored by James Clear. So yes, we're in chapter 6, which says motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. So I agree with what James Clear is saying here, because the truth is, oftentimes I feel like what influences how we behave sometimes is the environment we find ourselves. It's just like where many people will tell you, oh, I'm a Muslim because I was born into like the Islamic home. I'm a Christian because I was born into like the Christian home, right? So it just boils down to habits as well. If you're in an environment where they brush their teeth inside gutter, trust me when I say, even when you seriously, see what is wrong with Joy? With time, you see that you also like it becomes like a habit. It's something that you when you not leave that environment, it will be a bit hard until you not like you have to not be aware of it. That's why we are still under the first law, which is obvious. You have to make it obvious. That's the key, right? You have to not be self-aware. You have to be intentional about changing that habit. So yes, I am actually in total agreement. It's not just about motivation, really. You can motivate yourself and say, oh yes, I want to change from this thing. I will change. I'll be a better person. I want to be identified as this. But trust me when I say your environment also matters. So one thing I will not say is try as much as possible for your environment not to influence you, because if not, if it does, it definitely will show in your habit and character. Let me quickly send this boat to Joy. Joy.
Oh, yeah. I don't use boat, I beg. I'm in a boat
I should use what?
I'm in a boat phobia right now. Please don't use boats. No, don't use boats for me.
Oh,
but
yeah,
hey,
no.
it's true that motivation is actually a bit overrated.
Yeah.
No matter how motivated you get, or no matter the level and depth of motivation you tend to hear, your environment matters a lot into shaping the kind of habits you want to portray and protrude out. And a very quick example of this is, in Nigeria, if you are a person that grew up in Nigeria and you spent almost your entire life in Nigeria, it's going to be a bit difficult to just do the whole LGBTQ thing. Yeah. Because really it's not advanced here. And let's say, for instance, you stayed like 30 years in Nigeria, and then the next year of it, you're going to somewhere like the US, where it is legally advised and allowed. And they tell you, oh no, you must have to take on this habit. It's going to be a bit of struggle for you, no matter how they motivate you to say, oh, LGBT is good. By the time you do LGBT, your brain is going to be puffed, your head is going to be big, you're going to be balling. No matter the level of motivation you tend to hear and get, it's going to be a bit of struggle to you, because you are now in another environment that's different from yours, or better still, your previous environment has shaped and modeled the kind of habits you want to pursue. Yeah. But however, getting into good habits and breaking bad habits has to do with the environment. So if you see that the environment where you are is promoting your bad habits and you want to break out of it, that means you don't need a therapist. You need to change your environment. So hey, change your environment.
So no, that's what it is actually. But what happens in cases where the person can't change is your environment? That's why I say you have to just ensure that it doesn't influence you. And there are ways to actually do that, depending on what the environment is now influencing you on. If your environment is influencing you, probably in my area now, that smoking is more like a normal thing, as you pass in the smoke. Do you understand? So in that kind of situation, you have to now be self-aware, all right? If you used to smoke before, you now have to like probably you have to now get like more busy, because I feel like one of the reasons why you always see this guy is smoking, because they're always less busy. They are not doing anything, right? So you have to make yourself acquainted to like jobs, work, and all that, good stuff. So I think with time, you don't now need to change your environment, because I'm also from there and I'm not smoking. So yeah.
But then again, environment and context now doesn't only refer to
the environment,
location,
even the family too.
Right? It's not just the location axis. It can also deal with the kind of people you surround yourself with, the kind of network you're trying to grow, the kind of network you're trying to build, the kind of friends you keep. Of course, they say, show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. Yeah. So if you're able to understand the person you are, and you know that the people I relate with help me to promote my bad habits. And really, this is something I want to break off.
You have to be intentional. So yes, I mean, I feel like we've literally had an enriching dialogue, to be fair.
I did.
Thank you so much,
It was amazing.
Oh my,
amazing.
It's the voice for me,
the
though.
Superhero voice. Yeah.
It's the voice for me, though. But I mean, thank you so much, X-Blaze. At the same time, thank you so much, my viewers, or our viewers, for tuning in. Thank you so much. You took your time. It's not easy, man. Thank you so much. Join us again on Monday for another captivating discussion, beaming with even more insight and entertainment. And don't forget to tune in to Waste Prime Time at 8 p.m., where education and humor converge for an unforgettable experience. So on behalf of me and my baby, bestie, Badi, oh Jesus, I feel like I have a whole lot. I don't know what this guy's talking about tonight, but it's fine. Oh my God, it's goodbye for now. We eagerly anticipate our next interaction with you. Until then, keep seeking knowledge, nurturing your curiosity, staying inspired, and stay tuned. So see you on Monday. Bye.